The Royal Door came out recently, and it's a pretty cool item. I have been enjoying playing around with it. I think you may have seen the Royal Door pop up a few times in Animal Jam TV, my last video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out after this one's over. But today we're talking about some ideas that could be for the Royal Door. Hope you all enjoy. Alright, we're combining ideas 1 and 2 into this one entry. Okay, so again, I talked about making this Let's Make a Deal game show with these Royal Doors, and it was pretty cool. These Royal Doors obviously can open. So when it opens, you can see it shows a black void, right? So how did I put this calendar here? You could use either masterpieces or pillows, put it behind the item, and it will eventually stack up and show out of the door. So that's how I was able to, well, this item I could just put against the wall. But yeah, that's how I was able to do this, add a little items or whatever and hide them. And it's pretty cool. The whole thing about having the doors closed means that it's hidden originally, so if they click to open it, bam, you see a little fun surprise or whatever. I guess if you really want to, you can make like a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare location too. Yay. Number 3, a friend said something about, how about you make Squid Game in Animal Jam like Mr. Beast did? Out of that idea, I got the idea of putting den portals into these Royal Doors to hide them. So you either have them closed or open, both of which will not show the little username that pops up whenever you have a den portal activated. If you are wondering, this is not the one that's activated, this one is. I'm guessing you probably weren't even able to figure out that the one on the left side was actually activated. You thought they were both deactivated, right? Well, yeah, so therefore, if you really wanted to make the little bridge game in Squid Game, you could just buy a whole lot of these portals and a whole lot of these Royal Doors, and bam, just line them all in line, and bam, you got that bridge game. And if they go into the portal, they're out. They're eliminated. All right, let's go with just the item's shape and not that it's a door. If you had the right colors, you can make this a pretty cool headboard. Just be sure not to open it and get sucked into the void. Yeah, there aren't that many great options for headboards in Animal Jam, so it is pretty cool to see that something like this that's tall enough to actually work. It's also wide enough to actually, fit like a bed shape. So it does work. There are other options, like the dog sofa, I think is pretty good. There's also the snow fort sofa. Those are also pretty good headboards, but if you don't want to use like some sort of sofa or something, you could just use the Royal Door. And then we have this weird contraption thing. One thing that the Royal Doors can do is obviously open them. And when they have them open, they can look like, I don't know, gull wing doors. Many different cars have these type of gull wing doors, like expensive cars like Mercedes and DeLoreans. So these gull wing doors are pretty cool to have if you were to somehow be able to make a car or something. Like, I tried my best. I made a little tank thing with the DJ tables. I thought the DJ tables were like stackable. You could turn them on the side, but I guess not. So this is the best I could do with that. Yeah, it's a tank. Yay. Next we have a cellar. So you know how a lot of different houses all across the world have cellars with like a door that leads to them. They don't lead directly from their house. If you really wanted to, you could use this Royal Door as a little cellar or a bunker. You can make a little entrance to it, try to hide it in with the nature, the trees, rocks, stuff like that. You can hide it in, and it's pretty cool. The only thing is that the colors aren't very natural. They're gold and whatever color you have as the velvet. So that's, I guess, a downside. The one thing that the Royal Door has over these two is, well, it can open. That's why I would choose that over the others. I would say this one wouldn't work, but then again, there are a lot of items that you have to click on anyway to actually make them work, so this is fine. You could use a garage with these doors to make like a little garage for your cars. If you have them closed, your car is obviously cut in half, which isn't good, but if you have it open, it just looks like a void or something. Yay, that's pretty cool. Next, we have just the possibility of bigger rooms. So obviously this is a doorway. If you were keen with drawing art, and especially now that those frameless masterpieces exist, it's definitely possible. You could create basically another room inside of here, and it will just look like it's an extension of the den, which is kind of cool. Be like, I mean, if you wanted to, you could even try a mirror or something. If you have that possibility to make amazing art, then just go for it, and you'll see what happens. But right now, I guess an Among Us is trying to get out of the door, which I guess that's cool too. Yeah, again, maybe like an elevator too would actually work. Just make like an inside of an elevator in here. It'd be pretty cool. All right, this really doesn't come into people's minds nowadays, but at one point TVs were kind of a luxury, so having a way to hide the TV was kind of cool. Maybe make a hidey TV thing with the royal door. I tried using other ones, but the only one that really worked with this was like the normal one. As long as it fits within the door and is completely hidden once closed, it's pretty cool. Something like this might actually be pretty cool if you really want that or are going for that. Let's expand a little on the open the door and you'll see the inside type of thing. So right now I am outside of a condo building. Or is it apartment building? Whatever it is, condo, apartment, townhome, whatever it's called. Yeah, basically, you could make little houses out of these with the doors. You could open the house and bam, bam, it's just like that. Obviously, I think this door would probably be better for this because it just looks more real. But these doors actually can open. So if you really wanted to be creative and actually put like an inside, like, oh wow, look, there's the room that you walk into right there. If you really wanted to do that, if you had the ability, then you can with these doors versus that one back there which you can't do anything. And you know, something like this window outside as well. It's pretty cool. Alright, finally, we have binary and Morse code. You must be saying, what does that have to do anything with these doors? And I'll explain it. Alright, so basically binary is zeros and ones, right? The 0 means open and the 1 means closed. Wow, look at that. That means 0 and that means 1. If you really wanted to, you could write out binary code with royal doors and play wild. Okay, that's fun. Also, it could be some sort of Morse code as well because it's dots and dashes. If you assign the dash to an open door, it would be that, and a dot is a closed door. Something like that. Just be kind of curious. The bad thing for, well, I don't know if it's good or bad, but this isn't really any use unless these doors were actually able to be saved as opened by the den owner. But that's not possible. It would be pretty cool to have something like that as well, because I know the beanstalk item I would love to have grown up all the time, but it always gets shrunk down back again, so I don't really use it all too much. But yeah, there we go. Some fun ideas on how to decorate your royal door. Did you find any that I created a good idea for you to use? Or are you going to use any of them? Or do you have any special ones that I didn't even think of? Share them in the comments. It was a pretty cool item. I would love to use more of these as well. If you like my content, then why not subscribe? And with that, this is Brad Stormer storming out.